Yo, what is good, everybody? What is good, YouTube? It is your boy dunksrnice, Rollo Tornado Jr. I got something really special for you guys. This is none other than the Off-White Air Jordan 1s. Without wasting anybody's time, let's get into this shoe review, shoe discussion. First things first, before I talk about the sneakers in general, you guys are probably wondering, how did I get this shoe early when it releases November 1st of this year of 2017? That is none other than Kanye's nephew, Paperboy Don himself. This is actually his personal pair. This is a size 9.5, and I gotta say, the moment I saw him, he was actually wearing it. And when I was actually at Premium Sneakers in Berkeley, California, I was like, yo, are those the Off-White Air Jordan 1s? He's like, yeah. He takes them off his sneaker and he's like, check them out. So I checked them out, and he's actually leaving to China for a month. And he says, you know what? If you want to do a video on these, go right ahead, but I got to get them back tomorrow. So I got these for about less than 24 hours that I can actually check out the shoe, review it, see everything, you know, do my common reviews on these sneakers. And I did check out a few things of what I did like and I didn't like. I mean, it's subjective for everybody. It's a discussion for everybody. And the most common question is, how do they look in person? How do they feel? And all those kind of questions. Let's just take a look at the shoe up close. Alright, y'all, here is a up close look of the Off-White Air Jordan 1s and in a 360 spin motion, so you guys can see what the right pair of the shoes look like. I'm gonna pretty much be going into every single detail, what the materials feel like, but I just wanted to show you guys a first look of these shoes here. This one is the left pair of the shoe, where it does have the zip tie and the actual hand tag that you see here dangling. But again, this one is the left part of the shoe, and this is the inner panels. And again, we're being around, and so you guys can see it, and also the how the Nike Air is on here. Again, this is his personal pair, but I just didn't want to show you guys a quick review and my initial thoughts on the sneaker itself. All right, starting with the left shoe, I did want to put this out that this zip tie here, you can't take it off. You only could take it off if, one, you cut it, or if you take off the shoelaces, which I'm not going to do. Again, this isn't my pair. I'm just doing this for a video so you guys can see what to look out for and everything. So the zip tie, you could actually only take it off if you were to cut it or take off the shoelaces. And again, that does also require for this hand tag that you guys see here, where it says made in China. Again, that's just these two here. The part of the shoelaces, it does say shoelaces. They use a really thin, more material on it, but the flat laces that you see here on the actual black laces. The height of the tongue is a lot larger when it does pop out. If you do wear sneakers exactly like this style here, it does pop out here. This is the Nike tag that you guys see on the tongue. I did want to point that out there, and then along with the red stitching here. And in terms of what this padding is on the inside, it's more of like a foam material. It's very thin. You can press it down like if you were to pinch it, but it's a very thin material. It's a lot different. And then this material that's actually on the collar area where the flaps are, it's this material here. I don't know exactly what to call it, but the material here is pretty somewhat flimsy but thin. What you guys see here, this is the Air Jordan logo, and then again, when you flap the flaps, which over here from the Air Jordan logo, that says 85 here, it's pretty flimsy, but it does have a leather material on the inside. And again, I don't know what to really call or what this material is, but it's kind of like a satin finish to it, but again, pretty thin if you were to pinch the materials. In terms of the material that's actually on the toe box and the outer panel where the swoosh is, I don't really know, again, what material this is. It's kind of like a mattress type material. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but if I move it around just like this, you could guys kind of see it right here. Again, it's kind of like a mattress material. And then this little inner panel that you see here, it's the same material, but then has like stitching very similar to where the swooshes are attached here on the inner panel. One thing I did want to point out, that I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who said this also or thought about this, the swoosh is probably the most fragile part of this sneaker. It's only held by this part that's stitched here and here, and this orange part that is attached or next to the swoosh, I don't think it's attached to it, it's just somewhat like a part of it. So this blue stitching is only held for the swoosh, and if I were to bring the shoe like here, you can actually put your finger through the swoosh. But this is the most fragile part of the entire sneaker itself. Don was telling me how the end part of the swoosher was actually coming off, and he only worn these one time. So that's probably one thing that I'll probably dislike about this sneaker, is that the swoosh is pretty much a fragile issue in the sneaker. This is pretty much what the insoles look like up close. I don't really know what to say about this. It's kind of like some mini type mountains, if you were to describe it. It's a very rigid feel here, and again, this is the part where on the heel portion of the sneaker of the insole says the 10. So again, I just want to point that out. In terms of all off-white shoes, it did still have that part where there's a quotation marks of air, and I don't know if you again could see in the video, the white panels that you see here is actually white. The midsole is actually an off-white, like vintage cream aged color, so that's a really nice touch to it. When we get to the heel area right here in the back part, it feels very similar to if you were to break your arm or have a broken leg, actually like a casket on it, and you could hear this sound. That's kind of like I don't even know what it is, but that's exactly what this material feels like a casket material if you were to break your arm or leg or some part of your body. And if you are wondering what the shoe tag will look like in terms of the release date, the production date, everything on the shoe tag, the shoe size, this is exactly what it would look like. So for those as a future reference, when it actually does release, this is what it was supposed to look like. Besides the off-white ones, which I do have in my left hand here, I do have a pair of the recent retros of the Chicago ones. Now disregard the fact that this is a collabo from Nike. Disregard the fact that whatever the resale value of this is. If you were just to look at this as a regular sneaker and compare it with a very iconic shoe, which is the Chicago ones, you tell me which one would you pick? Would you pick this one right here, the off-white ones, this guy here, or would you pick the classic silhouette, this colorway, everything on this one? In terms of looking at these are just two different types of sneakers, the way they're designed and put together from both a designer and a standpoint view of whatever it is for a sneaker. And I just want to have the discussion with you guys is, if you were to pick rather this one, why would you pick this one over this one? Or if you were to pick over this one, why did you pick this over this? And I want to let you guys know that down below in the comment section. What would you guys pick between the off-whites or the regular Chicago ones? The quality wise on the leather that's used on the off-white compared to the retro of the Chicagos, this leather actually is a little bit more stiff, but it's very similar comparing to this one right here. This one's a little tiny bit more soft, but this one's a little bit more stiff. But otherwise than that, I believe it's very true to size if you were guys to get them. And another question in regards to, how would you rock it if you were to have it with a zip tie or the tag? Would you lace it like this? This shoe pretty much reminds me of the shoe surgeon's version, where he would deconstruct the shoe, take away parts, put his own material or his thought to it. That's very similar to what these off-white ones are in my opinion, what I think about it. Let me know what you guys think down below of these off-white Air Jordan 1s. Do you guys like them? Do you guys dislike them? What do you guys like about them? Are you planning to cop them? Are you planning to resell them? You planning on wearing them? For whatever reason, comment down below. This is just my take on the shoe itself. If I were to get him, then you know what I mean, I'll be pleased and happy with getting a pair. If not, I still have my Chicagos, which is all the way back here, and I can still rock those. So either way, it's kind of like a win-win situation. If I don't get these, then I still can revert back to my Chicago ones, which is back here. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do subscribe if you haven't. I'm always putting out daily videos on a daily basis, so I would really appreciate if you do. Shout out to Don, Paperboy, Kanye's nephew. By the time you are watching this video, you are in China doing your thing. I'm real proud of you. Thanks again for letting me do a review on these off-white Air Jordan 1 sneakers. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and you guys already know, man, it's gonna be good. Yay! You wanna...
What's up?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead and do it.
Hello.
I'll include that in the last part. I'll include that in the last part, man.